This is a fairly modern laptop. This apparently is also a laptop. My name is JSB, this is my tech department. Los kids. Oh, I hope I don't have to lift that up again. It's alive! It's alive! So this is the IBM 5155. It's designed in the early 80s for the executive on the go. Well, I suspect the executive on the go is being punished because this weighs an extraordinary near enough 14 kilos or 30 pounds if you're playing in old money. And yeah, it's heavy. Oh, it also doesn't work. Now, as you can see, it needs a little tiny bit of restoration. We've lost all the features, so I'll have to see if I can track some of those down. Well, that may be for future projects. But in here, right like that, we have our keyboard, and I can just do this. And there we go. That is not too bad. Now, what it has is this beautiful IBM keyboard. Oh, something about an IBM keyboard that just feels so good. The keyboard cable is here. It's a bit sticky. It has two 360K drives, and if you were lucky and it was a very well-spec machine, you could even have a hard drive in here, which I can't imagine made this thing weigh any less. But, yeah, that needs doing. On top of that, we have a 5-inch display. And where did you learn to measure? That's obviously a 9-inch display. Idiot. Amber phosphor display, brightness controls, contrast controls, and generally this machine is in pretty good condition. Problem is it doesn't actually work. Let me demonstrate. So let's get some power on this and see if it'll do anything for us. So, power's up, and immediately it's died. So it's unhappy. Try it again. Okay, I'm getting a bit further this time. But it's not really displaying any... Oh, it is. Well, it works. That's annoying. Especially because I know there is an actual fault on this. In fact, I've never seen this happen. Well, that's embarrassing. There we go. Wait, what are you in basic for? What? The first one with basic, version C110 list. Undefined line number, okay. Right, I'm going to switch this off and we're going to try this again. And actually, I can tell you what the main problem with this is. It has a blown capacitor at the back, which has been arcing. So we're going to strip it down and change the capacitor out. Although apparently that's not a problem now because it works fine. I've got to check that again. Well, this is a short video. Put PC dots in there. See what it does. It's very slow to count up. I'm bamboozled. I'm not gonna lie, I'm bamboozled. Oh. All right, well that doesn't sound well, so that's okay. Maybe we do have some work to do on this after all. Nonetheless, the machine is currently working. Best laid plans and all. Let's talk a little bit about this machine. So this is an IBM 5155. It's kind of a follow-up to the IBM 5150. It's an XT machine with an 8088 processor on board. It's the precursor really to the 5160. In fact, the motherboard inside is an early 5160 XT motherboard design. They kind of trialed it on this first, I guess. It was designed for, well, the executive on the go who wanted to take the machine out and get some work done on the road. it's incredibly heavy, and it certainly wasn't the first luggable to the market. That belongs to the Osborne range of computers. But this one is an IBM, and no one ever went broke betting on Big Blue. As you can see, because apparently 45 years later plus, well, near enough 50 years later, damn thing is still working. That's annoying. Come on, let's take it apart. Come on, oh, there you go. Lost gates. So let's take a look at the machine we have in front of us. So it's in very good condition. It was given to me by a friend who wanted to find it a nice home, and I'm incredibly grateful to have it here. However, it's not without its faults. It needs a good clean, although it's not terrible. That display, whilst it's working well, it could use a little bit of TLC, specifically on the contrast knobs, I think. It's just they've been sat for a while, so they tend to be a little iffy. I suspect a good moving back and forth of that will clear it up. Now, this machine only has 240 kilobit of RAM. Kilobytes of RAM. It's been a while since I've had to think so small. This could go up to a full 512, and I think it may be possible to push it to a full 640, although that might take a little modification. Now, without DOS installed, it'll boot to BASIC, and here it is. IBM Personal Computer BASIC is stored on a ROM on the machine itself, and it's copyright 1981. Now, that's a nice feature to have in the machine. As you can see, if I adjust the contrast and brightness here, well, it's dipping in and out, it's problematic, but within a few minutes, this will all clear up and the machine will be working properly. Again, it just needs cleared off that level of oxidization. Around the back, well, things are as expected. It's got that beautiful red power switch that gives a good reassuring clunk when you switch it on, and it's got a CGA card, a parallel card, I think, and I'm not certain what the other card is. I think it's some kind of drive interface, maybe an external hard drive. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've had to dip this far back. For now though, let's get this machine apart and see if we can fix that bad capacitor. Right, taking the machine apart is, let's call it tricky. IBM never built anything with a half-assed attitude. They use their whole ass, people. They use their whole ass, and this is no exception. It's built like a battleship. Now, interestingly though, there are screws missing. There should be 6 here to hold the back case on, and there are 2. So let's take those out. At least make a start. 1. Let's see if I can track down some new case screws for it. Come on. Come on. Can't get my finger in them. Let me get some tweezers. Because apparently it's going to be one of those projects today. Yep. Alright. So let's get, come on, out you come. Put you to one side. Let me get the tub. Right, with the screws undone, it should be mad enough. Tip it forward. And lifting this off, I think. And that's probably the easiest part. Because inside the machine, you can see it is a mass of shielding and lots of bits and pieces, all of which has to come off. Yeah. Right. Now, I know our problem is somewhere around here. It's the CGA card when it was failing. So let's dive into it. So I think our first job is to actually get this shielding off. Now it seems like there is a screw here that's holding that, although that may be actually for this monitor shielding. There's certainly, oh, this is going to be such pain. Well, we can definitely see that one is to come out there. So yeah, so we need to take this one out here at least as a minimum. And that appears to be Yep, same type of thing. So that's those screws. Interesting, these are all sort of have a blue tint to them, so I'm guessing they've color coded them. Again, IBM think of everything. Right, so let's take that out. Well, that's a start. Now we've got a second screw here. That seems to be holding it there, so let's take that away. I'm going to unplug the keyboard as well. Yes, kind of feels loose. It's good. Where is the last one then? Our last screw is hiding right under the case near the front there. So let's just take that out. Come on, in you go. There you go. Oh, voila. Ooh, let's back it up and take a look at this. Well, I'm not going to lie at all. This looks in great condition and it is so sexy. That is so, it's beautifully clean in here. There's zero sign of any corrosion, I hope. And it is just gorgeous. Wow. Oh, and I see our fault. Come take a look. And there is our culprit. At least from the fault I remember this machine having. This capacitor, as you can see, there's a nice big black mark on it. It's blown its brains out. So we need to take this card out and replace that. Now, why it chose not to do whatever it was going to do today, I don't know. It actually seemed to be working fine. But these capacitors, tantalums, are notorious for blowing for the sake of it. And this is no exception. In fact, as far as I can work out, this is a very common capacitor to blow. Let's take it out because I do have a CGA monitor I've been dying to test with this machine. So hopefully we can see what that looks like. Okay, so it looks like our first job is actually just to take this little retaining clip out, which I'm assuming is just there to help the machine stay stable. So look, how do we do that? Just here maybe? No? That looks easier than it is going to be, I can tell. I really don't want to snap it. Let me get back to you. Okay, that was actually not as bad as I thought. Just had to flex this a little bit and pull it out. All right, next step. I don't think there's anything else plugged in. We have to unplug this. Okay, so next step, we need to just remove this cable. Seems to be the only thing I think plugged into it. And then we can just unscrew the card. Oh, that's great. Given this machine has been in there, this card has been in there its whole life. Right, given this card has been in there, this machine's whole life, I'm not 100% certain this is going to come out easy, or maybe it will, I don't know. Let's see if we can gently coax it out, because I'm not 100% certain where we can do that. It's coming away here. Oh, hello. Seems to have it just came out wonderfully fine. And oh yeah, that's got a nice little black mark there. What follows is me spending time replacing every capacitor on that CGA card, because if one can blow, they all can. And honestly, I found it a bit hard going. There is a thick ground plane on this, and it took quite a bit of heat and work to clear those caps. Fortunately, it was all done within about 20 minutes, despite much grumbling from myself. But as you can see, this time lapse speeds it up and makes it look so much easier. It was not. All right, well, the card is back in. It's been recapped, such as it is. Let's power it on and hope I didn't put them in the wrong way. How are we doing? Yes. Absolutely fine. The computer is fixed. It's working, sort of. Because the next problem I think we're going to have to sort is this disk drive. So let's close that up. Oh, that bearing does not sound good. Well, the keyboard works. I don't know if we can do a Control-Alt-Delete on this. I have no idea. Nope. In fact, I'm not sure where the delete key is. Okay. Power down. I don't think it'll try and boot from the B drive. No. Well, I think that is going to be a problem for next time, because I believe we have a few issues still to fix on this thing. One, we need to fix this disk drive, or at least swap it around to this disk drive, and then we can service that while we're at it. Two is the contrast knob. It's a bit dodgy there. It's fine at full whack, but it can kind of come and go. I suspect it just needs a good bit of cleaning. It's been sat for quite some time, this machine, I'd imagine. So, in fact, actually just rotating that around is helping. Look, still some switch cleaner wouldn't go amiss. Yeah, actually that has improved matters. No end. Yeah, it's a bit sticky, which I think is actually fair for this machine all told. Everything's a bit sticky. It's old, and it hasn't moved and run in quite some time. Now then, so we have disk drive. We have some cleaning to do there. I definitely want to look at the rest of the board, although it looks very clean and tidy in there. I do want to service that power supply, because I know full well there are safety caps in there that could go bang. In fact, we're very lucky they haven't done so far. So I want to replace those with modern equivalents. Yeah, other than that, then I need to get some DOS disks sorted so that we can actually run something on this, because I don't have anything for this era of PC, which is a real shame. So I need to sort out a few things, and then finally we need to clean this machine up and bring it back to its former glory. But I think that's going to be a problem for next time. All right, one little extra before I call the video a day and decide what to do next with this machine. I wanted to test this CGA monitor. Now, I bought this for 10 euros. I found it in a junk shop, sitting there alone. I've not cleaned it, and at the time I didn't have anything I could test it with. So here goes. I'm going to switch it on. Well, it has a green light. That's good. And I have no idea what the IBM is going to do. So look. Powering up. Does it see the CGA and go there? I don't know. I'm going to say no, because I can see it down there on the screen. So I don't know how to boot into CGA mode only. Well, that's a good question. It's a good thing to find out for next time, actually. But I love the fact this machine just works now. So look at brightness controls here, just in case. I think that's what these are. Contrast, brightness. Now, maybe the CJ card has gone bad in it, or I just don't know. Well, I just don't know. It's a simple thing. I mean, let's see, 0 screen. Undefined line number. See, I really have to do some research on this machine, because I have a list of items down here on the bottom with numbers, but they don't really seem to do anything. If I hit that, 0 unidentified line number. I want list unidentified line number. I'm assuming I'm in the whatever passes for the BIOS, so. Oh, well, at least it recognized run. So screen. Missing operand. Okay. But the machine works. And next time, let's see if we can add a few upgrades, maybe. I'm not sure what I would upgrade with it, but let's see if we can do that. In the meantime, I'll hand it over to myself and we'll have a little closeout, shall we? Well, surprisingly, the machine is working. It's still working, which is good. I managed to swap out those capacitors on the graphics card. I will say this, what a pain in the neck that was. The ground planes, those cards are so well made that they absorb heat like there's no tomorrow. And it made getting out those capacitors quite tricky. In fact, I left 2 in there because there was just no way to get those out without removing the chips around them. It's pretty tightly packed in there. It's a real shame that monitor didn't work, although I may be missing a trick. But honestly, when I switched it on, I didn't feel any or hear any HT on it. It's got a green light, says power's on, but the screen seems dead. Although I might be missing a trick with this. Yeah, there are a few things I want to do now with this machine now that it's working. One is clean it. It could use a bit of a tidy up. The second thing I want to do is obviously service these drives, because they are A, quite rare, I'd imagine, these days, and B, they need it. This one squeaks like mad. The third thing I want to do is find some software to run it. The PC, the only disk I have is marked PC DOS, and it's not in great condition, this I'm scoring on it. This disk has been sitting with this machine in storage for many years before it came to me, so that probably means it's not going to work. On top of that, I would like to do a few upgrades to this machine. I don't know much about it, but I do know that this has 256K, and I would like to see if we could get it up to a standard sort of 640K. It would allow us to run a few games on this system and, yeah, have a bit of fun. I'd also like to add a math coprocessor, because there's a socket there for it. It won't help games, but it'll be a nice thing to add. And who knows, if you've got some other additions that you would add to this machine, let me know. Hit me up in the comments below and I'll look into it, because I really am keen to upgrade this machine so that it can be, well, out and used. Which brings me to plans I have later in the year, where I'm making a little bit more space to have more machines out that can be used, which I'm very excited about. All that's left to say now is thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a thumbs up, a subscribe if you've really enjoyed whatever this video is. I'm sorry, I know this was a bit scattergun. I've just gotten over the flu, but I really wanted to make a video and get something out in the new year. And yeah, all that's left to say is when it comes to old computers like the IBM 5155, remember to reuse, recycle, and make sure you've done your squats and lifts, because this thing is heavy and this table's very tall. We really do need to get one of those uppy downy table things, yeah? Until next time, my name is Jesby. This has been my tech department. Tschüss. Und Prosit Neujahr.